In life, we often judge others before truly knowing their story. And sometimes, fate has a strange way of teaching us humility. This is the journey of a man who thought he knew it all, until he met a team that would change everything. Welcome to the inspiring world of SitAare Zameen Par.
Once, he was on top of the world, respected, feared, and admired as a basketball coach. But pride has a way of blinding us to our own faults. One reckless night, a single mistake, and the flashing red and blue lights of justice brought his world crashing down. His sentence? Community service. His punishment? To coach a team unlike any he had ever seen.
They weren't professionals. They weren't even trained. A group of neurodivergent adults, each with their own challenges, quirks, and dreams. He saw them as a burden, not a team. Little did he know, they were about to teach him more about life than any championship ever could. From the very first practice, nothing went as planned. Missed passes, wrong moves, constant laughter where there should have been focus. His patience wore thin. His temper grew short. To him, this was a waste of time. To them, it was just the beginning. And then, something changed. A shy player made his first successful pass. Another smiled with pride after making a simple basket. The coach found himself clapping just once before catching himself. Perhaps there was more to this team than he wanted to admit. Day by day, practice by practice, the gap between them began to close. He started to listen, to understand their fears, their strengths, their way of seeing the game. And in return, they began to trust him, not as a coach, but as a friend. One evening, after practice, he stayed back with a nervous player, one who could never get a free throw right. Kneeling beside him, he whispered, "Don't aim for the hoop, aim for your dream." The ball soared and for the first time went straight through the net. In that moment, both of them knew this was no longer just a punishment. Word spread. This unlikely team was getting better, faster, stronger. And then came the news. They were invited to a community tournament. For the players, it was a chance to shine. For the coach, it was the test of whether he had truly changed. The court was alive with cheers, the sound of sneakers pounding against the floor. Pass after pass, shot after shot, they played not for victory, but for each other. And when the final whistle blew, it didn't matter what the scoreboard said. They had already won something far greater. The arrogant man who had once seen them as a burden was gone. In his place stood a coach who understood patience, kindness, and respect. He didn't just teach them basketball. They taught him how to live.
They were called different. They were called weak. But on that court, they were warriors, dreamers, and champions. SitAare Zameen Par, stars who shone brightest right here on earth.
Life has a way of humbling us when we least expect it. This story reminds us that strength isn't always about power. Sometimes it's about compassion. That greatness isn't about how high you can climb, but how many people you can lift with you. If we can learn to look beyond labels, beyond first impressions, we'll see that every person we meet is carrying a light. And when we help that light shine, the world becomes a brighter place for us all.